This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
I am sure you've heard these terms before. It's all in the numbers, or it's a numbers game. It really is. Numbers are much more impactful in our lives than we realize or pay attention to. And I'm not talking about gambling and things like that. Just what's around us. We're going to look at those, peel the layers back on that, and what it might reveal for you in terms of numbers. It's all part of what she does, astrology and also life coaching. And it's so great to have our professional of the year, Nancy Volante, back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. Always good to be back. I feel like whenever I'm back here, it's like a lot of insight happens, a lot of energy gets not only stirred up, but it also gets reflected. I might say in this rainy day. I love what you're saying about numbers.
You know, it's funny you say energy gets moved around. And I know we've done this before in terms of these transits that are around us, astrological transits, but I don't want to sound repetitive, but oh my God, the one that's here now with the Mercury retrograde, the planets aligning over the weekend, the lunar eclipse and full moon. I mean, just like, whoa. And just people are telling me, it's like, oh, I'm tired. I don't have any energy.
Yes.
I just want to go home and sit on the couch. Yes. And this is all part of it, right?
Thank you for saying that, because that was a validation for me, because I actually was like, wait, am I getting sick? It's like, I'm so tired the last couple of days. So I actually took my temperature. I'm good. But it's like, I'm tired. I'm just like, and a lot of times that's what happens after an eclipse. It's like, there's all this energy of shifting, of really, and it's during a Mercury retrograde. So to me, it's more inner, it's more reflective. I'm telling you, the morning of the solar eclipse, I've been writing like crazy. So I wrote. I was like, whoa, I feel really good today. I'm peaceful. And I've been playing with numbers, because we had that conversation last week before the show. And by the afternoon, I was like, I felt like a truck hit me or something. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to let this. And today, Steve, it's so funny. Today I saw 11:11 right before the show, 11:11. And this morning, 3:3. And this morning when I went into my meditation, I love to write in the morning. And I was sitting there, and the only thing that I wrote was one word, and it was rest. So I thought, and then I started to get a little antsy. It's like, I don't want to write. It's like, come on. Oh, I can't write anymore. Oh no. And I just said, well, I wrote a word. I guess that's writing.
Well, okay.
I left it. And then I saw 11:11 and 3:3. So I love that universal intelligence, because I think we're made up of numbers. Do you agree that? I mean, agree with.
The more I'm seeing this, and yes, with the transits, and I find it was like 2 days ago, maybe it was Monday, right here, I had a rare hour open, and I said, nope, I can't, I need a break. Put my feet up right there and lean back in the chair. Didn't go to sleep, although I zoned out for a second, meditated, just thought, and just needed that recharge. Yeah. And I'm hearing from others somewhat the same, and also a very low threshold for BS. Like, I don't want to deal with that. No, I'm not doing that today.
Low.
And push that over there. Yeah, it's just like, and then, and even those with, let's say, certain jobs, like sales jobs and things like that, that may come their way in the past, where they would say, yeah, I'll just take that gig. It pays okay, not the best, but whatever. I'm hearing that, no, I'm not doing that. Yes, I need the money, but I'm not dealing with that. I'm not. It's almost as if boundaries went up with this transit, and a lot more. So you say 3-3. the lunar eclipse, full moon, all of
Yes.
that happened on 3/3 at 3:33 a.m. Pacific time.
I'm so good. You're so intuitive and so mindful, and you're present. That is the truth, and that is a mind blower.
When I saw that, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
side note here, three has much significance if you look even into Tesla, and the man had hundreds and hundreds of patents. Hundreds. It's also believed that he invented electricity. It wasn't Edison. They worked together, and Edison kind of stole it. That's the story. But Tesla invented the motor. He invented so much in terms of power, electricity, energy, and all of that. He was a little quirky,
Yeah.
but he piloted on three. He called it the 369 principle. Everything he
Oh, that's
did,
that's wild.
every single experiment, everything was divisible by three. And I read the book, The 369 Principle, and it's a short
Ah,
read.
read
If you
it.
look in the back, they start breaking down these numbers and how three was impactful. And when you look at it, it's amazing how it's all true. It's not like somebody's making this stuff up. It
No.
talks about even in regular life where three has a play with us. How
Mm,
it reacts to us. So when I saw
mm.
that the other day, I'm like, and it wasn't somebody making it up. That's when it was. 3:33
I
a.m.
love that. And three, three, and 333. 3 3 though is I love that number. And that's a master number. And
Mm.
I wrote some stuff down just with specific numbers I kind of pulled. And that 3 3 or 333 or 3 is very creative.
Hmm.
It's a creative number of expansion, of teaching, of spiritual growth, of compassion, and says 333 says share it.
Hmm.
So if we were going to take that, and I'm just taking this off the top of my head intuitively, and connect that into a birth chart or maybe connect that into astrology, share it. Compassion, that could be the eighth house of Scorpio. It could be that 3 3 holds some energy, that Scorpio energy of alchemizing, of transformation, of making something happen through the creative expression.
Hmm.
That's a possibility. I'm not writing that in stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility in our conversation today of what 3 3 can represent. I also think that 333, which I'm reading here, says the universe says you're supported. You're supported in your self expression, in your creativity to make something happen out of nothing, out of the void. I
So
love making things out of voids.
when you see, especially 333 present on a clock or somewhere, would that be a sign that you're supported?
Yes.
Mm.
And that's universal intelligence. And even though it's abstract, and we're going to talk about bringing that abstraction of the universal intelligence into some wellness tips at the end if we have time. I hope we do. We'll make it. And but that universal intelligence of something that's bigger than us. Because we have faith. Some people go to church, some people build a fire, and that's their faith, that's their religion. That's they have to we as a human being like to have think that something is bigger than we are. But in that bigger than we are, I believe that the universe is sending us messages, but wants us to reclaim those messages so we can express them, so we can embody them. Because that talk about, I'm looking at the chart, Mercury in Pisces right now, which is retrograde. And, we often talk about reinventing, reflecting, redirecting. But what about reclaiming? Reclaiming who we are within our Pisces spiritual understanding of universal energy. Hmm.
Wow. Um, I would think with this transit, this is truly part of it. Reclaiming who you are, not putting up with stuff you don't want to deal
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Um, Cocooning, if you will, chrysalis,
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of like, just I don't want to deal. I need a
Oh, yeah.
moment. All of that,
Oh, yeah.
being who you are, or just deflecting the stuff. Not that we're hiding from it, but I don't know. I'm good now. I don't want to deal with this at this time. Just
And you know what? I think it's okay because I
yeah,
think that is okay. I think it's really part of being human. And thank you for bringing that up because oftentimes, myself included, as an astrologer or wellness coach, it's like, don't put the rose colored glasses on.
yeah,
Don't do this, don't do that. And you know what? Sometimes the nervous system needs, like last week, we talked about detaching from attachments, right? But it's okay to say, not now. Because I think that is part of self-care, Steve, and I'm so glad that you brought that up. And because a lot of times for me, I think, okay, I don't want to deal with that right now. Let me just put that on. I'm like, because of how my blueprint is, I'm like, oh no, I'm being lazy. Oh no, I got to do that. Oh no, I got to, da 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 da. And it's like, you got to chill.
yeah, right. And it's, I don't want to say it's a out, or oh well, I can't do that because the Mercury retrograde. No,
Yes.
it's a reminder that tap the brakes. It'll get done, or
Mhm.
those people, they'll still like you if you decide not to hang with them, or tonight, or whatever it might be.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Do your thing. Do your thing.
And I think that's really beautiful because I think that's the lesson right now because we have the stellium, and a stellium in astrology is when one archetype is in more than three planets. So we have Venus in Pisces, we have Mercury in Pisces retrograde, we have the Sun in Pisces, we have the North Node in Pisces, which is not a planet, but I'm going to include that in there. It's a nodal axis. And we have Mars in Pisces. So this is a lot of energy, which is why we are feeling that, you know what? Almost like you're underwater.
Mm,
Pisces is water. Mars doesn't feel that great in Pisces, but it really makes for beautiful artistic motivation from the inside out. And you're absolutely right on. Sometimes we need to know the difference internally of I need to chill. I'm not running. I'll be back. I understand what I need to do because I'm trying to be responsible. But as of right now, I need to just be quiet and still and figure it out so I can reclaim what it is I need to do moving forward, possibly. That's what I get from what you said. And I love
yeah,
that.
and I'm feeling it too. Where it's almost as if there's some clarity. You might not totally
Yeah.
understand it, but things are a
No.
little clearer, or your direction is clearer in terms of what you're not going to do, what you are going to do.
Yeah.
Um, what else can we look at with the numbers? Or like we talk about 333, meaning that you are supported. When we see certain numbers, what could they mean?
Yeah.
What should they mean?
Well, let's talk about the one that everybody really loves, and that's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 11, 11, 11. And I really like 1, 1, 1. I see that a lot. So I saw 11, 11 just before we went on. I looked up, I was like, oh, isn't that nice? Thank you for that. What 11 tries to tell us in the message is trust your intuition, your spiritual insight. That 11, it's a pillar, right? It's a 1 and a 1. So it's like a doorway that we can walk
Mm.
through. It's like a portal, right?
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah, for our logic and for our intuition because we live here on earth. So we have to have some logic because that's how we manifest, that's how we bring things into fruition. But it's also the doorway of intuition because that's where it all comes in,
Mm.
I believe. So I love that 1111. And then when you see 11, 11 and 11, I believe, and I've read and I've had conversations that that is a confirmation that you are aligned. And it's your responsibility to go inside. What am I aligned with? What am I not aligned with? Or we can just say, what am I aligned with? Forget about the what I'm not aligned with. Let's just let that go. What am I aligned with right now? How can I pay attention to what the universe is saying, that universal intelligence? Because we do have synchronicities. And that's one of the ways to understand how the universe talks to you, right? It's through synchronicities, it's through feeling, it's through, like, why did I see 1111 before we are doing our show? And I think it is because this is a great thing to talk about.
Well, because
And
you've
you were the
done
one that brought it up last week, and we had something else going on, and I thought, no, I'm not letting that go.
you've done my chart, so you know that the 11 resonates with me in many, many different ways. It's the life path number derived from your name, right? In terms of adding up the letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And mine is 3-3.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How funny. Wow. And then I just had a reminder, even yesterday, 7 and 11 have presented in many different ways. The 11, as we were talking about, even my address, if you add up the three numbers in my street address, it's 11. My mom has sent me signs with 7-11. And I think I shared, well, I was trying to figure that out, why she was sending it to me. That was the day my dad died when I was 21 on 7/11.
Wow.
But then I kind of realized yesterday that would have been his birthday.
Wow.
3/4.
That's a lot of information. That's a lot of wanting to connect.
7. 3/4. 7.
Wow.
Yesterday, if you add it up. So 7/11, there's something there, and there's other things that are presented. So it's on my radar for sure. And you had said something even in my transit that the 11 represents something. I don't know. That stuff runs too deep for me. It does.
We'd have to look at your chart again. That runs too deep. I love that. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. But that 11 is a strong master number in my perspective, because it's the pillars. And again, I'll go back. It's the doorway. It's a portal. And I think they're all portals, but it's hard to walk through 222 where you see that is just a number, but with 11, there's space. There's that liminal space. I think 1111 is great. And it's a master number. Now, when I say a master number, it just means that, a lot of people think the numbers are connected to different archangels. Like, don't quote me on this, but I think that 11 is Archangel Michael.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a protector. That's the warrior. So, but don't quote me, because I'm gonna look that up, and you can look it up, and the audience can look it up. But I'm pretty sure it's Archangel Michael, who is, these are energies that allow us to understand being human. It's like mythology. Without the mythology, and Joseph Campbell, who brought that all together, you read him, I'm sure there's numbers, and I have read him years and years ago, but I'm sure he's talking about numbers too. Those mathematical numbers that add up to an energy that opens up our consciousness.
So I Googled it.
Oh, thank you. Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it said that, that's one of the numbers, especially 1111, signifying connection and empowerment. Archangel Michael also associated with the angel number 444.
Yeah.
Representing protection, truth, strength, and also 222, associated with personal messages. Yeah. So can we never explained it, but if somebody wants to figure out what their master number is, based on their name. Can you tell us how to do that?
Oh, I don't know if I can, Steve, because I'm not a numerologist. Based on your full name? I know it for the birthday. I don't know
Oh,
the
okay. Let's
full
do the
name.
birthday. Okay. All right.
I
I didn't
think the
even.
birthday. So if you do your like if you were born, in February, you would do O2. So let's do yours.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and here it is. My month and day, if you add it up, comes up to 11. And if you take the entire date of birth, month, day, year for me, and you add them all up, it comes out to, hold on one sec. I did this the other day. Now I just want to verify it. Then, and then, and then, it comes out to 2 9. If you add 2 9 together,
11.
11. It's crazy.
Well, 11 is really important to you. So you can use that number 11 as a guide.
I really should because it's the
As a
universe is
guide.
screaming that hello 11. Yeah, I really should. I never thought of it that way.
Use
Incorporate
it
it.
as a guide of, your intuition. Just from working with you all these months, not meeting you in person yet, but just work. You're a very spiritual, creative, intuitive human being. And, when you see 11 or 1111, it's the universe saying, what's going on right now that you can really embody or that you could really digest? And I'm saying that because you're Virgo. Digest in order to bring it out into the world because you will. I mean, you do. I mean, you're broadcasting. You have most of your life, right? Broadcasting into the world. And I'm sure that's taken on many different lenses for
Hmm.
you during your lifetime. And you're very spiritual, very connected to the creativity of how can I be more of who I am? And that's what I believe. And maybe 11 is I am.
I will look into that.
Look into
Um,
that. I'm going to do that too because, for me, I see 222 a lot and 22, and that's the builder. And I am a builder. I like to build from the ground up. I like to build from the void. It's stressful sometimes because I'm not, like I don't. It's hard, but 222 is about that, and it's about having patience. So I correlate for me 222 with Saturn, the planet,
hmm.
and Taurus, the archetype, because I have a lot of Saturn in my chart. So, and Saturn is about time and space and doing things from building. Now, you can also tear it down, but it's always about building up.
We're just about out of time, and I don't
Ah,
know how it works, but I've heard that to figure your life path number based on your name, it's A is one, B is two, C
oh,
three, and so forth. And then
okay.
when you take that and add it all up, and then if you add that together, it you arrive at what should be your life path number. And I've been told, I haven't done it, but I've been told that even Steve may come out to 11. Like I don't know. So yeah, just something to mess around with. But
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after. So you go like the first N would be one, A would be two, N would be three, and so forth.
again, I'm not the expert here
I'm
on it at
I
all,
know
but
me either.
A
So we're
A
playing.
A would be one, B would be two.
Oh, from the alphabet. Gotcha.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
got it. I'm gonna play with that after. But just to tie this all together, what a great conversation to have after this total lunar eclipse and all these planets in Pisces. I really am very grateful for this and want to give 3 wellness coaching tips so people can digest and integrate our message or the messages from the universe. So, and you've heard it all before. It's cultivating a daily practice, whether that's journaling, whether that's meditation or sitting in stillness or listening to your intuitive insights. And so from the last time we talked, Steve, to today, that's what I did. Every time I saw a master number, whether it was 11, 11, 2, 2, 3, 3, I wrote it down in my journal. And I was like, why? There was so many, and I know we're running out of time, but there was so many, especially on 3, 2. So those are the kind of things that you could look at. Another thing is recognizing and tracking your synchronicities in life.
You know what's coming up for me? Awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah.
Huge. And
Yeah.
then from that awareness and those synchronicities, we also have journals, but have an evidence journal. Then you start being like a little detective, like, oh yeah, this is an evidence journal. Oh, I saw 11:11. This is what I felt today. This is what happened today. How can I tie that into what my insights are, what my aspirations are,
Wow.
or what is,
Yeah. I never thought of that. Just, you should be journaling anyway, but to include that, things, signs, things, revelations, whatever it might be that you experience during the day.
And I call it an evidence journal. And
I love it.
And I'll start it. Thank you very much for bringing up the whole number thing when we had the conversation, because that's what I've been doing. And it's really blowing me away how numbers talk to us.
Be aware.
Be aware.
Be aware. This is what you do, whisperingsoul.net? Or it's thewhisperingsoul.net.
Thewhisperingsoul.net.
Gotcha. Nancy, thank you so much.
Oh my God, Steve. Always, thank you.
Love the revelations, and it's time for us to take a nap.
And you know what? I'm just doing nothing but resting.
And that's what we should be doing now.
And that's what I'm going to do. Thank you. And always.
Yeah.
Always a big thank you to you and gratitude. So you have a great day.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.